Good morning everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So today's AFK journey video, other than praising Lily May once again, cause like she just shattered another record being the best damage dealer for Stomper. She is godlike here. So I'll talk about her kit, like why she excels. It's just insane like why she works in this boss, because I honestly thought the silence would be a hindrance to her damage output, but apparently it's not. You guys will see later on. Okay, so if we look at the records that she shattered, she became the best damage dealer for Stomper, right? She also became the best damage dealer for Necro Dragon, like as you guys can see right here, even better than Merrily. She also became the best damage dealer for Skyclops right here. Okay, and she's also the best damage dealer for Alpha Bear right here. Okay, in fact, right, if she's not restricted by the mechanics of Lone Gaze as well as the mechanics of King Croaker, I would be sure she's probably on top in terms of the damage output, because these two bosses, King Croaker as well as Lone Gaze, she's not in the top damage team, not because like she's a bad dealer, she's not a bad damage dealer. It's more like because like her mechanics doesn't help the team do more damage as a whole. So your team dies before you even do anything or even do like the maximum damage, therefore like it's not that good, especially Lone Gaze. Like I used her in Lone Gaze like on the very first day when she's released, so she's quite strong there in terms of damage, but then your team can't survive, so your team dies before the full duration ends, and then that's where you lose a lot of damage. That's why she's not on top, but she's actually really good for damage dealing as well in this boss. So generally Lily May is just broken, but Donka's must have unit, like just insane damage output and just really crazy stuff, especially in Stomper today. So later on I'll run through her mechanics in this boss and why she's insanely good for this boss. Like 2.7 times more damage than Merrily is crazy. Like if you take a look at my friend's damage output, right, the Merrily's 10 bill is nearly 2.8 times right here. So the numbers from my friend's unit comes from the other units like the Torrent with much higher tiers as well as star level, as well as the Scarlita right here. So Merrily is just crazy. Okay, so other than talking about this team, right, talking about why she's broken, I'm also going to talk about the other different meta variants that you guys can still use in case, right, you guys didn't go for Lily May yourself, or in case you guys don't have enough resource to get her up yet. So you can actually use the other more like substitutable teams. I wouldn't say that they're more powerful, because like Lily May's like power gap is just so big that you guys can see, right, like even this guy was like 790 with Lily May at just Supreme Plus is doing like a lot more compared to like this guy with Paragon 2 across the board, you know. So in general, I think for Lily May, right, if you want to go after meta units, she is a must have. You definitely need to use her for the Dream Realm, because she just does so well across all the different bosses that she basically replaces Merrily, or sort of works together with Merrily to do max damage. Okay, so right, let's start with the very first team first, and then I'll move on to other team variants that you guys can use. I'll start with my own showcase. This is my own team. I shared the record on the records page, so this is the replay. I'm going to run through her mechanics and why she still scales so well. So at start of battle, she will use her ballet, jump around across the boss to do damage, and because the boss is debuffed by Reina, there's a lot of damage at the start, while still without damage of her third skill. As you guys can see, the EXP bar is still filling up, and this is the part that I'm super duper like amazed by, because as you guys can see, right, she's still able to use her ultimate and then jump into the ballet. So that's because when she's using her ultimate, she's unaffected, right? So when you're unaffected, you're not silenced. You can use your skill, you can use your stuff after you cast the ultimate, because of that moments of unaffected. So you guys can see right here, right, she basically dodged the cage from Yeti because she was invincible. So she is dealing the most damage, but she's not caged throughout the whole battle, as you guys will see later on. So this is one thing which I'm super duper amazed. So one thing that you guys need to know is her ultimate, right, is not affected by this as long as she casts the active before the hailstorm kicks in. So this is, as you guys can see, she's using the ultimate, and soon after she casts the ultimate, she uses the ultimate once again because she's unaffected. So she's able to cast the ultimate when she comes back because of the unaffected status and still use the ballet dance. As you guys can see, it's just insane that she basically bypasses all of Yeti's mechanic as long as she's not silenced before she casts her ultimate. Because as long as her ultimate gets through, if she's able to cast the active portion of the skill, she's able to just do whatever she wants to. So this is where she gets caught by that cage over there. So luckily for her, she was released by Merrily before she jumped, and this is where she got silenced. So you guys can see the book icon because she didn't manage to get the skill off in time, right, before the hailstorm kick in. So she can't get into that unaffected status, and therefore she's silenced and she's just standing on the spot doing normal attack. But the thing is, this case has only happened, I'll say, like once out of the few rounds of testing, because I used quite a few attempts. I used 4 attempts. So I did one with my own team, and then I just copied my friend's team, and then I did like 2 other runs. So in general, she's able to effectively dodge the silence. I just do one more so that you guys can see what I mean. It's pretty consistent in terms of like her just dodging everything. Okay, so we use this. Okay, so so in case you guys are like, what is this guy blabbling about? I don't understand. Okay, so this is the thing that I'm talking about. When she uses her ultimate, she becomes unaffected, so she's immune, right, to all effect. So like I don't actually know whether or not silence is a control effect, but I guess the very reason why she's able to still cast her skill, like the only fair reason is either she gets the iframe, so she casts her skill in the iframe where there's nothing affecting her because she's not affected by the silence, right? So that is one why she's able to do it. And the other one, which I would say is the more reasonable one, is because when she's using the ultimate itself, when she's in the defensive state, when she jumps to the enemy, she becomes unaffected. So when she lands, she's still unaffected, and therefore she's able to use her second skill as well as her ultimate casting through the battle. So it's pretty consistent. So I'm just going to showcase one more run to let you guys see. We'll go at one time so you guys can see everything with your own eyes, like what is happening and, you know, why is she able to do this, why is she able to do that. Okay, so she jumps in. She got the ultimate off with the eye icon, so there's this like eye icon together with the ring. So this is a very nice effect, by the way. Her ultimate is supposed to be just the eye icon. So now she uses the ultimate active, then she's able to use her ballet. And when she's using her ballet itself, her energy bar is still charging, as you guys can see. So when she lands, she gets the energy bar full and she's able to cast her ultimate once again. So there's this like ring. That ring is actually the seasonal skill, the arcane skill. Arcane shot, and then there's this eye, so the eye is the ultimate casting. Okay, so it's still active, as you guys can see, and now she's able to cast her ultimate once again, and she jumps in, use the ballet dance, so invincible, right, together with unaffected, and when she lands, she's able to cast her ultimate once again. So this forms a closed loop cycle where she's just basically not touched by Yeti's silence at all, until she gets like silenced by like that last few seconds of cage, which you guys will see later. So I don't know whether or not this is intended, but like she does get cage, but only towards that last few, like I'll say like last 15-20 seconds. So this is where she get cage, but because she got the ultimate active, she's able to cast the active once again. Okay, so she chose the thing. The boss's ultimate is, the ultimate bar is gonna fill up. Okay, she gets thrown to the floor, so she used the ballet, and right, she's gonna use the ultimate because the bar fills up. She jumps to the boss, do damage while using her ballet. So another thing that we realize about her kit is she's able to use the active of the ultimate in mid-air. So this is something I realized as well from this boss. So that's pretty insane. So this is where she gets silenced by the book. As you guys can see, there's a book icon on top. So she can't actually like use her skill right now. So that's the caveat. You know, there's this moment where she will get silenced, but it's always towards the last few seconds. So I think it's something to do with the skill cycling, like how fast she's casting her skill, and then the timings of her skill. So other than that last moment of her being like silenced, she's just doing maximum damage throughout the boss fight, which is just crazy. So yeah, this is basically Lily May, and me explaining why she works in this boss and why she just like bypass all the Snow Stompers mechanic. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is for this team. Next, I'm gonna talk about 2 more teams that you guys can use in case you guys don't have her. And I'll say these 2 teams, they are not as strong as Lily May's team, but they are okay. So the very first team is the physical attack variant. So this is from the team below right here. So this was the previous meta team. This is the physical attack variant, running quick blade spell together with a bunch of physical attackers, with Kruger for physical defense reduction, with Tamasia for physical damage reduction, as well as physical damage boost from the seasonal skill, and then a whole bunch of physical attacker in Florbell as well as Vala. So for me, I don't have Florbell, so in Florbell's place, I just use Reina. So let's see the damage. You guys will see the run. So this is just us running a physical attack team. Okay, just stacking physical attack on top of physical attack. Another thing that I think Quick Blade Spell is good at is removing prisons, because this thing slows down your damage output. It doesn't affect Lily May because Lily May is invuln and unaffected, so the boss is not able to cage her. But right, in other units or other teams itself, you will have to deal with this prison as fast as possible. So Quick Blade over here is one of the ways to help you remove the prisons as well, because the sword is able to do damage to the prisons. Yeah, so right here, I think we should be able to hit 40 build damage. Yeah, which is, I would say, quite impressive. Maybe not 40 build, I think 39 build. Yeah, based on the speed of clearance. Probably 39. Yeah, 39 build. So not 40 build, 39.2 build. So this is the physical attack team. So this is for those of you guys who don't have Lily May. Relies a lot on physical attack. So merely before she gets her EX weapon build up, before she gets this true damage, she's actually also physical attack. So at the start of battle, when Kruger debuffs the boss, as well as Termisius debuffing the boss, you're able to do more damage on merely as well. So over here, she's more of like the carry, the main carry. In Lily May's team, merely functions more like a secondary carry with the prison bait, as well as the very fast prison removal in case Lily May gets caught in the prison, because merely is one of the fastest prison breaker, because she's able to just brute force through the prisons by her normal attack really fast. So there's that. But in this team, she's the main carry. Okay, so this is the physical team variant. Another team that I used, or another team that you guys can use, is the Mauler faction. So this is from the previous, right, the previous meta team, or the preseason meta team. So this is the Mauler variant. Okay, so we're gonna use evocation spell. So this one is relying on the damage reduction on Shakir's aura, as well as Reyna's boost on OD to keep OD alive. So OD stands in the front line, gets buffed by Lupin aura, and together with Shakir and Kruger, OD on the front line is able to hit pretty hard. So you're able to do a lot of damage with this pairing because of the Lupin aura buff from Shakir. Yeah, if you don't have Reyna and Shakir together, the OD won't survive the frontline damage from the boss. So this is only possible after the nerf, as well as only possible with Lupin aura. Because if you don't have the damage reduction, this Ice Breath over here will kill OD. So this team also does about 39-40 build damage. So this is the damage distribution. So you are splitting the damage across two carries in this team itself, and you have a better factional bonus. So that is also damage from there. So this is another team that you guys can use in case you guys don't have Merrily nor Florbell for your physical attack teams. Okay, and there's also another team which is the usual, like Corinne together with like a Merrily one. So for that, I'm probably not gonna showcase the run. But let's see. Yeah, so you can also use this, right? So this is basically, let me just use this team. Okay, so let's showcase the team. Let's use it. So this is with the physical attack, or rather a hybrid damage, but you're using like the Celestial Hypogean. So this will be a little bit more expensive because you have units from 3 different factions. So you need that Celestial Hypogean for the bridging, and you need Scalita. There's another team which doesn't use Scalita, right? You can use Shakir as well. So this is where it's the same team idea as my other like Mauler team, where Shakir's aura will be able to keep OD alive as you send OD in, while benefiting from the haste buff itself. Okay, so this is another team variant that you guys can use. So the idea against this boss is you need to survive the Frost Breath. You need to be able to use units to do damage even in silence itself. But there is quite a few team variants. But right now, the best team setup for this boss is one consisting of Lily May right here, doing 27 build damage on her own, which is crazy. Okay, so that's it for this video. Just a quick sharing with regards to the meta teams, as well as Lily May just shattering records. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more. See you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.